New year, new operating system. What's going on, everybody? It's KG from SamMobile, and today we're going to be getting into Tizen One UI. So let's talk about the changes for 2026. All right, diving right into it, you can see that the operating system looks a little bit different this year. And when you start from the top left, you have the user selection. Then you go over to search. You can search for anything you want here. For example, I'm typing in soccer and it's bringing up a lot of different soccer apps, movies, TV shows, you name it, whatever you're searching for, it'll pop up here. So it's a search engine for everything. So going over, then you have connected devices. This is going to show you Samsung TV Plus, a help guide, smart things, and you can set up your universal remote this way. You also have quick access to HDMI ports this way as well. When you go over to the right one more, you can have quick access to your settings. It'll pull you right into the thing you were watching last, and then you can adjust your settings for your picture mode, sound, etc. All those things like you would be able to by just pressing the gear icon. Going over one, we have a section for Vision AI. This is also accessible by pressing the AI button on your remote. And this is going to give you a rundown before you use it. It's pretty much going to show you all the AI features that your TV is capable of. So you have different AI chatbots, generative wallpaper, all those things that you expect. But then you also have some information that appears on the screen if you ask for it. So it can be a useful feature if you want to opt into it, but you do have to accept the terms. And like everything else, when it comes with terms, you're going to want to read them over before you accept them. So after accepting the terms, you have your information here on the screen that you can set up to show you whatever you want it to. You have access to the chat bots this way. So for example, I'll click Copilot, but you will have to install it separately. You could do the generative wallpapers, which is going to just let you do generic wallpaper designs by selecting a few keywords, and then it comes up with the generic design like I mentioned. It's pretty basic, it's kind of gimmicky. I probably wouldn't use it, but it's there if you want it. So next we have the home, which is going to be your For You section, and this is going to be everything that is curated for you. So if you have different accounts hooked up to this, it should show you what you've been watching. If you haven't, it'll just give you generic suggestions like it does here. You can also scroll down and it has a bunch of curated movies and TV shows if you're just not sure what you want to watch and you want to let Samsung pick things for you. You can look at all that stuff. It shows the top charts, etc., and different things. So it's just a home screen pretty much. When you scroll over to the right, you get the live section. This is going to be your Samsung TV Plus by default, but if you have a tuner hooked up to it, you should see everything that is available on there. Same thing with any cable or service you have connected to it, as long as you've set it up correctly. Going over one more step to the right, you have Samsung Gaming Hub, and this is where you're going to be able to play games on your TV without the use of a console. And at first, it starts you by asking you what kind of gamer you are. Then it gives you the different options that you could use to stream games to your device. Most of them do require a service, although there are some free options. After that, you then select the supported controllers that you would want to use with your TV. So there's a bunch of different ones on there that you could select from, and you could hook them up to your TV and play some games. It's a pretty cool thing that not a lot of TVs have by default. If you don't have a gaming controller and you just want to do some old school gaming with your remote, your actual TV remote, you have that ability too. There are a few different free games. I have gotten myself lost in some Tetris. The downside is you will sometimes see some ads. It's kind of like a phone game. All right, next one over. It's pretty self-explanatory. It is the art store. Make sure you keep in mind a lot of this is behind a paywall. Moving over to the next one, we have the Daily Hub. Here you can see Fender Play, which is if you're learning guitar, you can do this on the Fender Play app, and you can also jam along with it. This is pretty much a dedicated hub where you can find all your daily lifestyle things. So you have fitness and things like that, whatever you have set up, even karaoke. Moving over to the right, we have apps, just all the apps that you have downloaded or that come pre-installed on the TV can be found here. You can also do your updates to your apps here, as well as turn off auto updates or turn them on for those apps. So these are just a way to get to your apps very quickly. Remember, if you're looking for apps, you just use the search function, and that is the best way to find the apps you're looking for. All right, in the corner here, you have your privacy choices, your security center. So you can look through a lot of this and make sure that you're not opting into something you don't want to be opting into. And it's always good to double check this if you are wondering about your data and you're kind of worried about where it might be going. Definitely look into that if you are. Okay, so that's the Tizen home screen. Let me show you a little bit of navigation within the TV itself. Now, this hasn't changed too much from last year, but it is going to be something I'll go over briefly. So you can get into your settings just by pressing the gear icon on your controller, and then you have options for all settings, which is going to take you to picture, sound options, etc., things you're used to with this. You also will have the ability to search for specific settings that you're looking for, which is really nice. Not a lot of TVs have this, so I really like that about Tizen. You also have the ability to turn on the AI modes this way as well through the menu. And you can select things like AI soccer mode, which is new for 2026. To me, this looks like it just drives up the saturation a little bit and maybe gives you a little bit more pop to your picture. And this is going to be something that is also going to affect the audio. You can do things like mute the announcers or mute the crowd. They've advertised this. But again, it is there if you want to use it. If you want to know any more about like navigating the Tizen operating system, definitely check out the video we did last year. It's going more in depth about the different options you have at your disposal. I won't do a full settings video here, but if you are interested in a full settings video, definitely let us know in the comment section below. And if you guys are interested in any other Samsung products, such as the smartphones, then you're definitely going to want to subscribe to SamMobile. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.